All right, ladies and gentlemen, before we jump into this podcast, I do want to say we live streamed this recording, and my goofy butt forgot to press record to separate the video from the live stream. So I do not have the news segment of this week's podcast, but we still do have the most important part, which is our review of The Lost City. So stay tuned and we'll get right into that. Just wanted to explain why things are a little bit different this episode.
So this week we watched The Lost City, which stars Sandra Bullock, Channing Tatum, Daniel Radcliffe, and Brad Pitt are the most notable names. Directed by two people, Aaron and Adam Nee. I wonder if they're brothers. And here is the synopsis of it, just to explain it a little bit. So it's about an author, Loretta Sage, who writes about basically exotic places and like horny stuff, popular adventure novels, and they feature a cover model named Alan. And while she was on her book tour, she was promoting her new book with Alan, and she gets kidnapped by a billionaire who is trying to find this like ancient city's lost treasure, and they need her help to find her because she's the only one that can translate a certain language. And so, determined to prove he can be a hero in real life and not just on the pages of the book, Alan sets off to rescue her and go on an adventure. Where do we begin with this? Oh, actually, down the road because it's just a non-spoiler. So,
yep.
I'm the real. I didn't really like it.
Okay, we'll go into
it. I came in with the expectation that it's a Channing Tatum movie, and it's kind of it set the bar even lower for me somehow. Like he's not that great of an actor. He's not even that funny, in my opinion. To be real with you.
Well, you have to go in with an open mind, not an expectation, or you're gonna try and think.
I mean,
that's what I do at least.
I tried. Like there was Sandra Bullock in there. She's good. She's a good ass actor. Like I loved her in Gravity, and I actually did love that movie. But like to have her like such a serious actor sometimes with
someone like him
with a step up main actor. I don't know if y'all recall his step up days, but he just like that was his like only serious role in my opinion, and even then it was kind of goofy. I don't know. Like I said, I just didn't really like the movie.
Hey, yo, fuck this movie. I saw way more of Channing Tatum's ass than I ever needed to in my entire life, and for that, it is a pass for me.
You saw Channing cheeks?
I disagree. I feel like it was refreshing to see like the OG Channing Tatum, Sandra Bullock, and not Dwayne Johnson, Ryan Reynolds, Tom Holland. You know, like those Channing Tatum and Sandra Bullock are like.
Tom Holland has been in one Jungle movie.
You know? So I think it was refreshing to see them. And the fighting, okay. I'm just going to say one thing right now. That's it.
Okay. Would you recommend?
Yeah.
You would recommend. I am 100% on board with Anthony here. I think it's a totally refreshing rom-com. It's one of the better rom-coms I've seen in a long while. It has a very solid story. It's a bit corny, but I think that's a little bit charming with it. Daniel Radcliffe did a pretty solid job as a villain. The only big issue I had a thing with was Channing Tatum was all right, but I never bought in with their whole romance thing. They just never, to me, they never clicked. Even in the end, it was were super forced. But I would totally recommend this film. And like I said, a lot of rom-coms are really super cheesy and stuff, but I like that this thing kind of tried to go outside of that.
It tried to go outside of the cheesy?
No, of the structure.
It was the cheese, my brother.
No.
This is like
trying to go outside
of
the structure of a rom-com.
My brother in Christ, this is a cheesy movie.
This is the cheesiest of fucking movies.
I want to say something about it being cheesy. It was, yes, extremely cheesy. There were a lot of like corny jokes.
Don't you tell me it was in a good way.
But they did that on purpose. They set out for it to be a corny rom-com. Like that was the goal of the movie.
Well,
and
congratulations.
They did it in a good way.
Successfully made a shitty movie.
And you do know, okay, I noticed this like towards like the second half of the movie. The reason that they made it so cheesy, like I think when I realized this was when they were walking away from the explosion in the shopping cart. And you know how it was like slow motion and the cool guy was there, you know?
Mm-hmm.
It's because their adventure is a representation of her book. So it's like the real life adaptation of her book. So of course it's going to be corny. Of course it's going to be like have those slow-mo moments, you know? Because it's
the book?
Right, exactly.
I love
been a
what
shitty
you
book,
I love what you just said, Anthony. That was perfect.
Anthony's spitting facts, but it doesn't make up for the fact that the movie was dog shit.
You gotta give more reasons than it's dog shit.
I will.
And it's corny.
They're just spoiler reasons, so I can't really say much other than
cool.
it was
I wasn't.
corn fest.
I'm not saying it's dog shit. I'm just saying like I just didn't like the movie compared to his other roles. But
I would recommend, especially if you were a fan of rom-coms. I don't remember the last good rom-com besides this one that I watched. I don't watch many either, though, so that's also fair. Sure, if you're in the rom-com scene, I would recommend this
You
movie.
can watch 13 Ghosts.
I will say there's a lot of better rom-coms. This is more of the action-based rom-com, but I do think it's good. But
that's why I think it's cool, because it goes outside the structure of a regular rom-com with
Right.
its story.
Right.
It's a action rom-com.
Rom-com.
Jacqueline.
I actually did chuckle a little bit too. There was a couple good jokes.
All right. Well, that being said, Alex, do you recommend?
I know there's people with humor like that, like dumbed down humor in my opinion. So I think I would recommend it.
Bro, you
3
cannot
out of-
say dumb down humor when you watch Auntie Donna.
Dude, Auntie Donna's so funny, bro. Anthony, didn't you enjoy that show too?
I did, but I'm saying you can't say this is dumb down humor if you like that.
It's so fucking funny.
Not only
Dude.
that,
If you
you're
are
saying-
out there, and you're watching
Dude,
Auntie
dude,
Donna, it's
dude,
gonna
you can
fuck you up.
stop.
It's
You're
so
also
funny.
saying whoever watches that is stupid.
I am stupid.
Well, yeah.
All
I
right.
just don't enjoy this kind of stupid movie.
All right.
Oh.
Well, 3 out of 4 hooligans recommend. So, if you guys haven't watched this movie, go. 3 out of 4 of us recommend you go watch it and come back. I recommend you just listen all the way through. Save yourself the 2 hours. But we're going to slide into our spoiler review. So, if you guys are checking out, check out our socials, the Hooligan Hangout. Pretty much across the board, Instagram, it's _ the Hooligan Hangout _ And yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Just
Check us
go
out.
go watch the movie, come back, and we'll slide right into the spoiler section.
Slide.
All right, Noah, pros, go.
Pros. Here we go. I already said most of them. It's corny, but I got a few chuckles. The story is really, the story is pretty solid. I thought it worked.
Well, give an
Except
example.
for the whole.
No, you don't get to say except. We're in the pros.
Okay. Well then, I thought the story really worked especially with Sandra Bullock's whole arc with her husband. I really liked how. It's weird because it's definitely, like I said, it's different because it is a rom-com of like an adventure movie. But even then, they pulled together some pretty good actors for the whole thing, and I thought the story worked with the book thing. Like Anthony said, it's a reflection of your whole journey, and then I really liked her character arc and how she realized she doesn't have to be doing this like all the time. Like this is like her books are a good thing; they bring joy to everybody, and like she can still live her life. Like she learned to be out of the shadow of her husband as a widow. She learned to be happy again. I don't want to steal too much,
Solid.
so I stopped.
Solid. All right, Anthony.
I feel like me and Noah have a lot of the similar pros. Like he said, it is refreshing. It's a little different. Even I feel like you're gonna say that the fighting may have been a con, but I think even that was a pro because, like I said, it is the representation of the book, and it is supposed to be a little corny, like an old school type of rom-com, old school kind of action. So the fighting, of course, is gonna reflect that, and it wasn't the most realistic, but I feel like it helped. Feel like it helped set the tone of the movie. Like I feel like it helped set the type of movie that it is. You know, it's not supposed to be taken extremely serious. You know.
Yeah, I was regarding the fighting. That whole scene with the Brad Pitt was pretty cool.
Yeah.
That's pretty funny. When he walked in and just like destroyed the whole village.
Shit was kind of funny.
And then even I laughed because every time he would like hit someone, Channing Tatum would hit him back, and he'd be like, "Dude, he's already unconscious." And he's like, "Oh yeah, man, I know,
I
yeah."
think the funny part about that is he would be like, "Bro, why'd you have to do that? Like, we're peaceful, bro.
Yeah,
you
like
just
bro,
turn
what?
around and fucking Spartan
Like
kick
Batman and
someone.
Robin. He's like, oh yeah, I knew he was already down, man. My bad.
And I will say, it's Channing Tatum. A lot of times, especially in action movies, he's usually like the big guy. You know, he's like the big. He can do anything. And he was like the complete opposite in this movie. He was kind of like the wuss, and I
The
like
guy in the way.
The guy in the way. Yeah, he wasn't like the action
He
hero.
was Jonah Hill's character from 21 Jump Street.
I really did like Daniel Radcliffe. I thought his performance was underrated.
It's what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
I'll
Okay,
stop
go ahead.
talking.
Say it, Alex. Why
Put
did
it back
you-
in your mic. Put it back in your mic. Slip it back in. Anyways, my original thought about Daniel Radcliffe. I always enjoy seeing him on screen, especially playing villain-like characters. I don't know if y'all seen Horns before, but that was one of his finer villain arc movies, in my opinion.
I need to see that.
Dude, it's so good. Yeah, but like I said, him playing like an evil character is refreshing, because a lot of people recognize him from Harry Potter as being this the boy who lived. And then going from his early stages of being like this boy hero to being like this like big bad, it was a good arc in my opinion. I love seeing him like that, and he deserves to be recognized outside of just Harry Potter movies.
Oh
Did
yeah.
you just call his real life an arc?
Yeah, homie had his Joker arc.
Even sorry, a little bit sidetracked, but even Daniel Radcliffe said if they made another Harry Potter, he doesn't want to be part of it.
He wants to do the Cursed Child. I don't know if y'all have seen that.
No,
one.
he said he didn't want to. He actively
I mean,
said he didn't want to because
I guarantee
he
it's
was just
because he
getting
wants to
out
get
of the shadow of it.
Yeah.
Which I don't blame it. It's kind of like Robert Pattinson in Twilight. Like that's all people knew him for.
Not me. I watched like all. Of
No,
the
I'm
movies
talking
after
about
that.
the majority of his fans. You know what I mean? Well, I wouldn't call them fans, but
I think you just meant the general audience, which is the complete opposite of what you just said.
the Twilight smitten folks out there. But yeah, like I said, Daniel Radcliffe was one of the most refreshing parts of the movie, in my opinion, for being a dumbed down movie.
Stop saying that word, dog.
Who gonna check me?
The
Me?
comment section.
I hope so.
I
Bertrand?
will say, for the many flaws that I had picked from it, it was really, really pretty movie. It was shot really, really nice. Like
That's a good one.
it was really refreshing to see a brightly color graded film, like a lot of saturation in the colors. I feel like recently we watched a lot of like dark toned movies, and it was nice to see them see a movie that leans into all the bright greens of the foliage, and like the main girl was wearing a bright pink sequin suit for the longest part of the movie. It was just nice to see like vibrance in movies in this movie.
I'll say this. I did make a take saying, this is before because just from watching the trailers and stuff, I didn't know what fully the movie was gonna be. But I said it kind of looks like a better Uncharted, just like with the whole adventure aspect. And a big reason I said that too is because just the environment looks a lot more pleasing.
Yeah,
It's a lot more,
felt like a
an
jungle.
adventure there. Yeah.
With that being said,
That's all you got.
yeah,
Edward, I'll let you go start with the negatives.
I don't want to go first
Why?
Dude, I thought you were dog shit.
You're the
Because-
most outspoken guy here.
because I have
You
the
can go
most to
last
say.
so that we can say ours and you'll still have more.
Yeah, that's
Ooh.
okay. Yeah, go ahead.
But you always make Anthony go first when he has something negative.
Yes. Pop off this.
I have a laundry list. I wouldn't want to steal y'all's because
Oh, that. Are you sure, brother?
yeah, I'm
Okay,
very
no,
positive.
you and I are first. You go first though.
You and I are first, but mostly you.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on, let me see. I did say I laughed a little bit, but there was a lot of jokes that were just very like drawn out. Like, what was that? I don't remember, but there was one joke in particular that was like super drawn out the entire movie. I forgot what it was. It was like some like joke between the two.
It was like reoccurring.
Yeah. And it kept going until like the end, and then I was just like, all right, bro, it's not funny anymore.
Or just being a dead horse at that point.
Yeah. The second thing was I didn't really like. I got the whole like, oh, we got to find this ancient artifact. The villain cared about it more than anyone, but I didn't really care for it to begin with, so it was really disappointing that it was just like a metaphor or whatever.
Yeah.
Oh, there's no treasure. It's just a metaphor. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
There's like no end game.
Did you say Endgame?
Shut up, dude.
What?
Don't get into that, bro. And then lastly, I said it earlier. I never bought into their romance, but that's about all I have negative. Other than that, I enjoyed the film.
That's fair.
I thought it was solid.
I thought the main thing for me. Well, okay, let me just put this out there because I was thinking about it during the movie. It's not against the movie, but I just want to say it. I just want an adventure movie like this where there's no villain also trying to get the treasure. I just want to see them go get the treasure. Like every single movie always has to have the same villain. They're always the same villain.
Well, I mean, it's kind of hard to go against an ancient temple that has no defense.
I was about to say, if it's just the heroes going through this journey, where's the suspense? There's no suspense
I
if
feel
there's
like
no one putting. There would be no suspense if there's no one applying the pressure for them to do it.
I feel like if someone was able to do that, it would be such a good movie. I'm sure I
There's
could
a-
find an example, but
I got one. What if it's like Tomb Raider? Tomb Raider's about ancient gods and stuff.
Yeah, but she has opposition.
but they don't have a villain also looking for the same treasure.
That's what
No,
I'm saying. But the whole treasure and stuff she studies is all ancient gods and stuff. So like the ancient gods are the villain once she gets to the treasure.
That's
Oh,
fine.
you mean like The Last of Us, like the original? Not The Last of Us, the
I
original
was like,
Uncharted.
what are you talking about, bro?
Uncharted. You know when he fought all those fucking demons and shit. For
I
some
guess you
reason.
could say that, yeah. The real Uncharted.
the one flaw that I did notice is you could easily, how do I even put it? You could go to the bathroom at any point of this movie and not miss anything. Like
That's a good.
I
thing to say, yeah.
I didn't tell you, no, I actually did not end up watching it in theater because I missed my showtime.
Dang.
So yeah, but I ended up watching it on my computer, and there were times where for like there was like 2 minute, 3 minute, 4 minutes that I would like zone out and be on my phone or something.
I was gonna say that too earlier.
And I didn't miss a single thing.
It was more so at the beginning though for me.
Yeah, that's my only flaw though.
Alex.
I just heard Roach's cough and it kind of threw me off for a second because I heard it first. I heard it first outside of my headphone, and then I heard it through my headset. I was like, I think, like I said, the only one of the parts I didn't like about the movie was Channing Tatum. He has, I mean, I get like it's like this, like supposed to be this refreshing rom-com, but he just can't. He's kind of, in my opinion, he's kind of like his own Dwayne The Rock Johnson or Kevin Hart. They always play their same characters. He's just some goofy dude like all the time, and I get like that's maybe like his personality and shit, but like 21 Jump Street and 22 Jump Street are probably one of his only good movies that he's ever put out.
Well, that's what Anthony was saying earlier, though. Usually he plays that stereotypical guy. In this one, he got stereotyped and was like, "No, I'm not that guy. Like, I'm sensitive." And
No, but that's what I'm saying. Like, I didn't see it that way. Like, that's the part where I disagree with Anthony. I still saw him as this goofy fucking character that, even though he was in people's way, he was still goofy. And like I said, I get it to rom-com. I honestly preferred his role in This Is the End, where he played a bitch for what's his face? You remember that? You remember what I'm talking about?
yeah,
I preferred that role over this role.
and then he just died.
Yeah, he was humping his leg, and that was like funny moment number 3,444. Channing Tatum humps leg. Because like there's like he's like not to, I'm trailing off the railroad right now, like I'm sidetracking. But I think, like I said, that's my opinion on this movie, and I may have said that it was a dumbed down movie, and like I know I watch dumb shit all the time, but this goes beyond that scope of dumb shit, and it's just, you know, it doesn't do it for me. It doesn't get my kicks off with funny.
What? You can't tell me it's dumber than shit you watch, dude.
Dude, I would die on this hill that Auntie Donna is so much funnier than this movie.
Wait,
Well, yeah, but it's
I'm
different.
not disagreeing. I'm saying it's different comedy.
Yeah.
I get it, but I mean, like that's why I said, like I compared it to like 21 Jump Street and 22 Jump Street. Like
It's not your cup of tea.
yeah, it's just not my cup of tea. Yeah.
That's
Mm.
okay.
To be fair, I do like rom-coms. Like I do enjoy myself a good rom-com. Like, you know,
I feel
That's
like
Next
you
Ghost, My Best Friend's Girl, shit like
That's
that.
fine if it's not your type of comedy and not something that you enjoy, but I don't think you can say that it was bad comedy.
Do you want to be kissed?
Well, to him, he thinks it's bad. Is what he's saying.
Yeah, like, in my opinion, it's just my
Some
opinion.
people
bro.
think that's funny. Yeah. Some people
Anthony tries to deconstruct my argument. Me,
Like,
I just don't like movie.
I just don't think that your opinion is valid, and I think you can get off.
Damn.
Oh my god. Jesus.
Twitch chat. Clip that real quick.
don't. Clip that, guys.
We're not on Twitch, bro.
I know that's the fucking joke.
All right, Edward. What do you have to say?
Edward, no.
Okay.
It's me. I'm the joke.
No, I feel like I can't even talk anymore because you're just gonna say no, and then ignore it.
Go on.
But
Pull out that grocery list then.
this is genuinely probably one of the most poorly written stories I have ever witnessed in like a romantic comedy.
I'm glad you said in a romantic comedy.
Before you continue, how many romantic comedies do you have to base off of that, Glenn?
The same amount of musical
fair-
things watched.
No, I've definitely watched my fair share of these because my mom would have me watch them with her all the time. So I do have a fair amount of knowledge. Okay. I'm not saying all rom-coms are bad. Genuinely, it is a really like corny genre to begin with. So I already know kind of what I'm getting into when I go into one. This one, like Alex said, was genuinely unfunny throughout the entire thing. The funniest part of the movie was slapstick comedy, which every guy just defaults to. That was kind of funny.
It made me breathe harder through my nose.
Yeah, that was pretty much all that it got out of me. Was like,
I was like,
That one quick whiff.
yeah. But back to the story.
Anthony's
So-
getting ready to say something.
It
No,
was.
I was gonna say
it
I
was-
give you that.
He was
I didn't
charging
really-
up his Goku powers.
It was
Like-
really, like bottom of the barrel generic movie.
It was
And I-
just a bunch
I-
of dick jokes.
And I can get where, like Anthony said, it's supposed to represent a woman's romantic book, a romantic adventure book. But those books are trash to begin
bro,
with. So putting
that was
that
my-
in a movie makes it even worse.
That was my early reading material as a child.
Like it was like all the worst things about like the books that star like Fabio, but they like took the worst parts of it, amped it up to 10, and then stuck Channing Tatum to play Fabio.
But the whole point was that her books were all like everyone loves them because they're all satire and horny. But then they went on a real thing and it was like real life, and they had to almost die and do all these things to endure
Well,
to get
that's
treasure.
and I'm telling you that idea, they did it stupidly. They did not execute that idea well at all. The action side, it was like they had like one good action scene at the beginning with Brad Pitt, and then they shot him in the head, and immediately all the good action scenes just went out the window. I will
agree with you, Richard.
say the part that made me fucking burst out laughing in the theater is when they fucking shot his ass in the head. And I fucking started
was
dying
crazy.
in the fucking movie.
I
I was
paused
laughing
it
my fucking
and
ass
rewind
off, dude.
And I was like, hold up, did that just happen?
Oh yeah,
That was surprising. I didn't expect him to.
Dude, I was fucking dying. I was the only one laughing in the theater, but I didn't give a shit, dude. That shit made me laugh.
Brad Pitt was the boy who lived though.
Dude, that end scene fucking was the most dumbest shit I've ever seen. What?
Bro, I don't even
we saw your
care, bro. It
brain
was
get
funny.
blown out. Yeah, I used the other 10%. Shut the fuck up. But that being said, the plot super corny. Damsel in distress gets kidnapped. Unlikely hero, ghost saves her. Fall in love, happily ever after. Boom, generic fairy tale. But
She wasn't really a damsel though. She showed that she could think for herself.
she was literally tied to a chair.
For the first half of the movie,
Yeah,
second half she was fine.
Damsel in distress.
this was basic. Yeah, this was almost like the Disney animated Rapunzel movie, but horny.
That's the point of a rom-com.
Yeah, but it was bad horny. Like I wanted at some point in the movie, I wanted to put a throb counter just to see how many times I
Throb?
fucking say throb and pulsate.
They're trying to make fun of it.
I was about to say,
Go
how many
watch,
times you throbbed, or
go watch 50 Shades if you want to see bad horny.
That was no. I'm saying it wasn't funny. They tried to do it as a joke, but that shit just wasn't funny. It was just really cringy, and it just did not play off well at all.
That is the magic of rom-coms.
all
Gotcha.
of the every single actor except for Sandra Bullock overacted by about 200,000%. So every performance was shit. I will say
Brad,
Daniel Radcliffe.
don't you ever
was
slander
cool.
Brad Pitt ever again.
He just went in there and did his shit, and then died, and then
You
came
mean his
back and did
shit?
some
Brad Pitt's
stupid ass
iconic for-
corny line.
Brad Pitt's a multifaceted man.
Okay, well I'm saying in this movie he had a bad performance. Okay,
No, he didn't. He just had a short.
shitty writing. Okay, we'll call
No,
it that
he
then.
just had a small role.
We'll put it either as shitty writing or a bad performance because he was overacting, like for sure. But I'm pretty sure that was the director's fault.
How many Brad Pitt movies do you watch, bro? He was perfect.
He was
for his
overacting
role.
in this, and his role was written exaggerated too much. Like if they would have dialed back how heavily they leaned into some of the tropes, it would have been bearable. But like this movie, like for a 2 hour long movie, you'd figured the pacing would be good. You'd figure that there would be some action to keep you entertained throughout the 2 hour movie. Instead, it was like an hour and a half of dialogue and 15 minutes of credits and maybe like 15 minutes of actual action.
Right? The fucking credits were so long for no reason.
What?
The credits.
The credits aren't long. The credit for no reason. The credits are long so the people who worked on the movie can get their name on the screen. If you put like a year of your life into a movie, I'm sure you'd want your name on the screen for more than a millisecond.
That's all right with me. I don't really get recognized for
But
shit anyways.
Daniel Radcliffe's villain, I didn't find him menacing in the slightest. He definitely came off as crazy, but that was it. Other than that, I was like, this is just a spoiled white boy with a gun. Ooh.
I think so too, but like at the same time, I'm not like I see Daniel Radcliffe as a villain like that. I don't expect him to be this like menacing figure.
Yeah, Daniel Radcliffe is like 5'2".
Fuck.
Well, yeah, but like, I don't know. It just had a shitty villain, shitty story, over predictable plot, shitty jokes.
Homie,
Wasn't
that's
it?
the point of half of rom-coms, dog. You're
To be shit?
overthinking this a little bit.
To be shit?
No, not to be shit. So they play into the tropes. They do it on purpose.
Yeah, and they did it in a fucking terrible way. Like this last, I want to say the last good rom-com I enjoyed was the one with Kevin Hart, and he was like the single father.
That's a rom-com.
Yeah,
I never watched it, but it didn't look like a rom-com. That's why I'm saying that.
yeah. Fatherhood is called Fatherhood.
I liked Palm Springs.
Palm Springs was good, but that was because it did something different while still sneaking the tropes in there. But this one was like the most blatant, obvious damsel in distress, man go save, man woman fall in love.
What other
you get to see,
rom-coms do that though?
You get to see a minute of fucking Channing Tatum's ass while Sandra Bullock says how big his fucking dick is, which is just what I wanted whenever I fucking went into the movie.
It's for
Didn't
the
you watch it
ladies.
with your little brother too?
Yeah,
Oh shoot!
yeah, but let me just summarize my points here. Bad writing, bad comedy, bad acting performance, basic story. Yeah, so we'll slide into our ratings.
Anthony, you haven't said anything. You were looking at your phone.
Oh no, I'm sorry.
He just wanted to ignore everything I said so he wouldn't go off on me.
You don't have to say anything. I'm just
I was
wondering if you had anything to say.
I'll give it a 7.
Oh, oh! I didn't mean give me your rating. That's cool though. That's cool though.
What? You just said ratings.
No,
Yeah,
yeah, but I was asking if you had anything to say like after that.
I don't.
Okay, Edward, you give me your rating.
I'm going last.
Why?
Anthony gets to go last whenever he has to go last.
What?
Alex?
You want my number rating?
Mm-hmm.
I'll give it a 6 or a 5. I'll give it a 5.
I'm giving it. What did I give Uncharted? Actually,
You gave it like an 8, I think.
No, I didn't. I gave it a 6.
All right, close enough.
I'd give this a 6.
What movies have we watched and what did I give The Skies Falling, Moonfall? I gave it a 0, right?
Yes, dude. Don't even start. This movie's not even close
No,
to Moonfall.
I'm just trying. I know I'm trying to get a basis for.
You gave it a
for-
2.
Like I know it's way worse.
You gave it a 2.
I gave Moonfall a 2.
Yes.
This gets
Funny
a
moment,
3.5.
Anthony.
Huh?
This gets a 3.5. If I can go back and rewind my Moonfall review, I'd give that a 1, and I'd give this a 2. But I
You
can't.
give this movie a 2.
Yeah. I would probably bump Moonfall down to a 1 or a 0.
I'd say a 2 or below is an unbearable movie, bro.
Dude, this was an unbearable movie for me. I did not want to sit through and finish watching it, but I forced myself to for the podcast.
Wait, are we doing points?
No, I'm not
You
doing
know
no
what?
points.
I remember. I gave
Decimals?
Moonfall a 2 specifically for its CGI, so I do not feel bad about giving this movie a 2. So this movie is a 2.
I'm going 6.5. Alex, you gave it a 5.5?
I give it a 5, sir. 5 solid 5.
And Anthony gave it a
Alright.
7.
Just had to write it all down. And we are good.
It averages out to a
What
5.
did you give it, Noah?
What?
What'd you give it?
A 6.5.
Nice.
This rounds up to or averages out to a Hooligan Hangout 5 out of 10.
Nice.
All right. With that being said, if you guys enjoyed our content, be sure to follow, give us a 5-star rating, and speak a little bit on what you enjoyed about us. It sure helps us out and gets us out there. If you guys are watching on YouTube after the fact, like, subscribe, comment below what movie you'd like to see us in the future. Check out all our socials at the Hooligan Hangout. Follow our TikTok. We post funny shit there every now and then. Our Instagram, we post live updates about more live streams and stuff in the future. And keep an eye out for our short film that is coming within the end of the month, or the end of April, I guess.
Watch it. Watch it. So good.
So, you guys have a great morning, night, afternoon, whatever time you're watching this. We'll see y'all later.
Goodbye. Say hi to your mom for us.